Hey everyone, it's Carrie. We are at Lowe's today. We're going to check out a few things in the garden center up front out here. We're going to go inside. There's going to be a little bit of Halloween that we're going to check out. When we get to that part, I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up because the volume is going to be from inside the store. I did not edit it out because I want you to hear what the animatronics are doing, so it's probably going to be loud. That said, I'll give you that heads up ahead of time. So this is, I love this plant. It's a citronella plant and it does seriously smell like citronella. We put these in flower pots, typically kind of around our doors, areas where we want to deter mosquitoes. Got Italian oregano up here. The herbs were looking pretty decent. We've also had quite a bit of rain and it did get a little bit hot for even Florida here. These look $15. These look a little bit spent. Typically, that's what happens after we have like a pretty hot snap. Bougainvilleas, though, these can handle the heat. What are you all planting in your gardens right now, this kind of middle of July? What's flourishing, what's doing well? We've got our pentas. These always do really well, even with the heat. And we have the same issues in Texas. When it just gets blistering hot outside, the colors are like, nope, we're not coming out today. So these are kind of cool. I've not seen these. What are these? These are, it says ginger. Interesting. Those are really pretty. I kind of like those. As we get a little bit closer to fall, now this is a plant, a croton that you can, have in the house, stuff like that. I love to mix these in with flower pots outside with like purple flowers, kind of go with a little bit of a Halloween, look to my flower pots. We've got some hibiscus still. Those are 17. Super pretty colors. These also do really well in the heat. They are $31 for those big baskets. They had a few different colors. There's a lot of clearance inside today too. So the other thing we're going to look at is the patio stuff that is on sale. And we are going to take a look at area rugs. So these, I like these. These are kind of cool. These are portulaca. They do, again, very well in our climates down here. And during the day, when it's sunny outside, the flowers open up really, really big. And then at night, they close back up. So I always thought those were pretty cool. I know just enough about gardening to get myself in trouble, but I'm definitely not a gardening guru. I leave that to like, if all of you watch Garden Answer on YouTube, oh my goodness, her gardens are incredible. These I love also, very tropical. So we've got $23 for those. Whoops, sorry about that. I'm trying to show you what the name is there on that. A lot of times I'm hesitant to say the name because I know full well I am going to pronounce it wrong. And then everyone comes for me in the comments to let me know that I said it wrong. So I'll just kind of leave the tag. I'll leave the tags there. I think these are super cool. I love the green and the pink accent. So we've got $8 for those. I am super excited. We've been in an apartment now for a little bit. We've been looking at houses, trying to kind of consider what we want to do. I just want a yard again to plant. But as you'll see, we've got a big storm coming in here. So that said, we're going to head inside and see what we can find. So right up front, they do have some fall rugs a little bit lower down here for your doormats. But these are really nice for layering. So you put these you could put these under your core mat if you want by your front door. This one is pretty. It says hello fall. Oh, let me flip this one over. Sorry about that. You can kind of see the fabric on there. And then this one's a little bit more like cushy, if that makes sense. I almost thought it was like it feels like those anti-fatigue mats that you would put in like your kitchen. This is one for outside your front door. $13 for those, and here we go. So heads up, the sound is going to go up because we're gonna go to the audio in the store so you can hear. This is really all they have for Halloween in the stores so far. I'm sure more is to come in the weeks ahead, but I think these are super cute and worth looking at, but you'll hear us chit-chatting. I think he's my favorite one though. Yeah, because his shoes light up.
I have light up shoes.
All right, now back to regular audio. I just wanted to make sure that you could hear those, and I think that little skeleton dancing one, he might be my favorite. Yeah, $450. This is a 12-foot animated. This stuff kind of gets a little bit on the scary side. 10.5-foot animated scarecrow. This one is $350. Then we're gonna go check out some patio furniture. So that was really kind of all that they had for Halloween right now. So they've got some sets that are not on sale, because they do sell, especially down here in Florida, they sell year-round patio furniture. So 5x7, this one is on sale, basically $54 for that one. This is the other one that is on clearance, a 5x7 for $54. It's like $53.77. Most of the other rugs in there for outdoor were still full price, but we do have clearance on some tables. They don't have a lot of them out for display, but you can kind of see the picture on that. I thought that was a pretty good price for that table. That is your item number if you're interested in looking. Let's see what else we can find in here. $62, that's pretty. And then I like that that table actually expands, so you can do it two different sizes. There's a Davenport dining table down here. This one is $100 for this one. So that's your round one. And they do still have chairs that coordinate with that. Those are right there. They've got these other metal chairs over here. What do we have here? So these metal chairs, $26.97. So the ones that were on the left are $26.97. Then we've got the Davenport Bistro table. So it's just a square table, a little bit smaller. Basically $69 for that one. So these are the Davenport chairs that I was talking about before, but those did not appear to be on clearance. I would be surprised if they're not, given that all of the other Davenport pieces are. So yeah, some items are on sale, some are not. So the clearance right now currently is up to 25% off. So that little side table comes at $41.37. If you're new here, where are you watching from? I would love to say hello to you in the comments and welcome you to the channel. So we've got the outdoor pillows. These are also on clearance, $13.77 for these. We'll pull that forward so you can see that one. This one here is pretty with the bird on it. Definitely a good time to hop in and purchase things for your summer patio. You can put them away for next year. Or if you're like me and you live in a climate where we have this stuff out all the time. It's a nice, pretty neutral. Then we have hammocks on sale. So this particular one is on sale for $113. And then we've got a hammock stand. The stand is $83.27. And then up above the rope hammock, it's called the Key West rope hammock. That one's $16.97. Then we have a lot of cushions that are on sale, which is awesome because it's a good time if you need to replace those cushions. That's a big bench one. That one is just a regular kind of small, this size here, so $17 for this one. And it's a pretty blue. It's got a nice texture to it. And they've got the creams. This is the bench one. So your bench one is going to be $21.57. And then this one, the cream one, is $13.77 for the individual single cushion. There's one umbrella on clearance, and it's that terracotta one back there. Then we have a Sundeck storage box. This is on sale for $135. And then with the cushions, some are on sale, some are not. Just depends on the style and pattern. So the striped one there is on sale. This teal one is on sale, but the blue was not. It's a very pretty teal though. And we've got the cream pattern. That one is on sale. This blue pattern is on sale. That one is $17 for that one. It's a very kind of cool modern. Let's see, no more for sale in there. We'll just kind of keep going down here and see what else we can find. All right, area rugs it is. I know we always look at the rugs at Home Goods, but don't sleep on the area rugs over at Lowe's because they have a really good selection. Not only do they have this section right here that we'll take a look at. So this one's kind of cool. It had like greens, a little bit of fleck of rust, but that black background on that was really pretty. And they have these in different sizes. So they'll show you on, if they have the card attached to it, they'll show you the different sizes and the prices. And then they're rolled up in the storage area right there in the back. That last one did not have a tag on it. And then it'll show you if you can purchase it in the store or online. That's got some good blues, rust, some good creams in there. This one is called Looking Glass. They've got a few sizes in the store. They've got one size online. That one's kind of cool. This is a very pretty burgundy color around the edge of this. I hope the camera picks that up. Normally the camera's pretty decent with the colors. Every once in a while I notice it's a little bit off. So this one's kind of neat. It's one of those thinner rugs, so a little lighter weight. And it's called, it's a performance rug. So I'm not totally, if I think it's just in terms of like wear and tear on it. It was not a washable in terms of throw it in your washing machine. This one's the Evelyn Alabaster. So they've got those sizes there in the store. And you can always pause if I'm going through and you're like, wait a minute, hit pause on your screen because you can grab a screenshot of the pricing and take a look at that. I do love the blues in here though. I'm a big fan of blue. This one was missing the card on it, however. It's a little more on the modern side. There's some teal in there. Is that what this one is called? It is. Can you see if you can grab that item number? That's the same rug. So if that's a pattern that you like, you can look it up with that item number. This one here, this is cool. It's called Coastal Tides. Looks like they've only got one size right now, but that is super cool. I do like this one too. I think I just like, it's like, rugs are like artwork to me. I like all of them. I don't know where to put them in my house, and I would just have a big mishmash of stuff. But that is a very, very pretty rug. And that's why I wanted to stop by in the rug area here, because I think oftentimes we forget that Lowe's has a really good area rug selection. That That one's super fun too. There's some like burgundy in there, some gold. Jump over here. This one's called Tranquil Gray. It's just a real nice neutral gray. Just kind of some stripes right across that one. This one, gray geode. I would agree that definitely looks like a geode. Super cool, and unfortunately they didn't have the tags on that. That one's really pretty too. It's got some like kind of cocoa browns in there. I don't think this is not the right tag now that I'm looking at this. See that picture there? That's not the carpet is tagged wrong. That's not the right one. Because this is a very shaggy with a square pattern on there. So paid no attention to the pricing, but the rug is really cool. I think it's actually down here. I think it's called, is that Courageous Trove? Yeah, that's what those are. Yeah, it's Courageous Trove. Sorry, I had to verify that. This one's also pretty cool. There are just some nice cocoa browns in there. And these rugs, some of them you'll notice they have the stain master on the carpet, so that's kind of a big bonus. This one's called Blue Fire Clay. That one is really cool also. There's definitely a little bit of blue in it. This one is Multiscape. This one has some nice green. There's definitely good greens in here. This one also green in here. This one's a little bit more on the olive side. And then we just get into our natural rugs over here. These are really cool. This one's got some colors woven into it. I've just got one more natural one tucked away back here. But yeah, so they have all of those area rugs over here, plus they have stacks of them over here. These are a little more difficult to look at, so we'll just kind of look at the ones on the top. But if you've got two free hands, you can kind of pull and roll those back. I was with my grandson today, so could not pull that back. But they do have, so you've got 5x7 stacked up over here, and then you've got the 8x10 and larger over there. So definitely a good variety of rugs there. And again, they've got good throw pillows. This one here is kind of pretty. That one's right about $25. And we've got the 2-packs down here. These are $32. So you've got the gray. The one to the right of it is also a 2-pack. These are ottomans, little footstools. And then, so you've got the cream and the gray. So all three of these across the bottom are 2-packs for $32. Oh, and the creamy white one over there. We've got basically $18 for this one. Lowe's also has like a really big lamp selection. We'll have to come in and take a look at that sometime. Some pretty florals. And drapes. They also have drapes. I did not look at those today, but we can do that. We can come back and we can look at drapes. I do like the green, that little edge on there. We've got one ottoman for sale down here. That one's like that natural sisal. And I found even more area rugs. There's a whole other section of area rugs further down this row. So if you're looking for some area rugs, I say head over to Lowe's and see, because for an 8x10, wait a minute, the washable, that's not a washable. Hang on. There is 0 chance that shag rug is washable. That would plug up a whole washing machine. Nope. The ones far left over here. The ones to the far left, those are washable. Do not put a shag rug in your washing machine. Holy smokes. Yeah, this one in my hand right now, that one's not washable either. These are the washable ones. Although I would tell you, I have learned, in my other house I had a big front load washing machine and it could handle an 8 by 10 rug. Where I currently am, it has an agitator in the middle. It cannot handle an 8 by 10, so I had to take it over to have it cleaned at a dry cleaner. So we've got some home decor items over here. $25 for those. We'll just kind of poke around in here a little bit. Just making my way up to the register. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the washable rugs, but you got to make sure you have the appropriate washing machine for the size rug that you have, or just know that you do have to take it someplace to have it cleaned. Got some smaller artwork down here. These are $26 and change. Let me try to pull that back because you're getting my reflection in the glare. Hello, everyone. It says, be happy, be bright, be you. I love that. That is an amazing way for us to wrap up today. And we'll definitely be back to see more things at Lowe's because I forget how much home decor item things like they have in here, including furniture. So we've got a counter stool over here for $83.98. Also $83.98 was this little side table. There were some cabinets down below. We'll come back and look at those. They've got bar stools. They had this one in black and then this kind of brown color up here. And then currently, before we head out, they have a sale on beds. So if you need, as I call it, a bed in a box, which is how I've purchased my beds, that's a pretty big savings. Those are $200 off. So these are the hybrid. They have the coils and the memory foam. So it's kind of that like best of both. But king size for $700, that's a pretty darn good deal for a bed. They've got a little bit more furniture over here. This aisle had a lot going on in it, including the super fun wallpaper over here. I love that they have wallpaper now that is removable. I love wallpapered areas or bookshelves, different things like that. And with that, everyone, we are going to wrap up. Have an amazing day today, everyone. Take care and be safe.